What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here. I was on the fans' first Friday Hasbro Pulse live stream with the Marvel team, and they were discussing new Marvel Legends coming out, and I just wanted to share with you today the stuff that I saw on that live stream amongst everybody else that was there. First, they had talked about the old Man Hawkeye figure, and this head sculpt looks awesome. They discussed the pinless joints, which I think is a really cool move that has been a thing of Talker Art's demand for quite some time right now, and boom, ask you and shall receive, and there we go, we got pinless elbow joints right there, and that compound bow looks pretty amazing too. I really like that, so happy to see updated images of that figure, and you can see Dwight holding it right over here, which is really cool. Dwight wasn't just on there, Dan and Ryan were there as well, and then they showed off Nimrod, and you can see Nimrod with the more contemporary head sculpt on there, but they showed us just now the alternate old school head, which I'm really stoked to see. So that looks really cool, and it has the wing things on the back, and it looks like a pretty big figure. You can see Dwight holding it right over here. I was like, whoa, that does look like it's going to be a tall, meaty figure compared to the old Man Hawkeye right over there. That looks pretty sweet. So yeah, I am excited for that Nimrod figure. Very happy to add him to my villain shelf. And then we have Rogue. We got classic Rogue coming our way, which I'm stoked about. We'd seen this at New York Toy Fair. Not a bad looking head sculpt. I don't like when the eyes look up, but we do get an alternate head, so that's something that we didn't know that we were going to get, or I don't remember them talking about. And you can see Dwight holding Rogue right over here, and then you can see that eventually he shows off. There it is. We get the alternate head sculpt right there, looking very mean, so I'm liking that. And I do appreciate that Dwight does try to make the figure head sculpt look as in focus as possible, so I'm taking screenshots just hoping to get the clearest pick. And then we got a tease right here for Sebastian Shaw, right? That's what we're all thinking this is. And X-Man 87 had asked about Hellfire Club figures over at New York Toy Fair, so this is very possibly that. I'm excited for it, and they could use this for a whole lot of other figures too. They announced that they have the AIM Soldier Army Builder figures coming out for the AIM Soldier. That is awesome, even though I have enough AIM Soldiers as it is, but for some that didn't get enough, now you can get yours. And I like the new black weapons right over there. I think that's very cool. And they announced that there will be a brand new Army Builder figure coming out for that same price point that will not be a reused figure. It will be a brand new Army Builder, and you know, it may be a Hellfire Club goon. Who knows? Who knows? And they showed off War Machine over here, looking freaking awesome. I really like this War Machine figure already, and I don't even have it yet. But one thing that they demonstrated was that the shoulder pads will move with the shoulder and the arm. So that's a whole new system that they have going on over there. And Dwight demonstrated it, and he rotated it around and everything so you could see it. And then we get the Rhodey head sculpt right there with the flat top looking awesome. So I'm happy that we're getting that, of course. I believe we saw that at New York Toy Fair already. Then they went to show off the Age of Apocalypse figure, and this looks awesome. He's gonna have the skull right over there, looking really cool. The alternate head, so you get the open mouth version, and then you can see him holding the skull right there. I want your skull. And I just finished reading Age of Apocalypse, and I liked it, so now I'm excited to get this figure. Before I wasn't, but now I do want to get the Age of Apocalypse figure, and you can see that it's showing up in a Build-A-Figure box just all by itself like that, which is interesting to see, because usually, you know, I'm used to seeing it come out as a Build-A-Figure, but now it's just coming out all on its own like that. So very cool, very interesting. And then we're getting a Moon Knight figure with the all-white look. I have my Mezco version, which I never reviewed, but hey, we're getting a Marvel Legends version of this figure. I believe they are using the Spider UK body mold for this. You can see it's going to come with an alternate head right there, so that's looking pretty sweet. Yeah, it looks like they're using the Sunfire body mold for that. But anyway, I want to get it. The accessories look dope. Ah man, I just like that design. Then they brought out the retro card Mysterio figure with the added paint in those seams right there, so they discussed that. And then they also popped the dome off to reveal a new head sculpt. So So we get the Beck head sculpt right there with that phantom kind of translucent plastic. So that looks pretty cool, even though I'd kind of like to have just a regular Beck head sculpt, but still neat to have that. They showed off Kingpin as well. We know that we're going to get an updated Kingpin with the new ascot right there, and he's got the bruised face and everything. They just added paint to that head sculpt that we'd seen before, which looks cool. That thing on the forehead is like a serial number thing that they have to put on prototypes. And then they showed off the brand new vintage Spidey, which looks incredible. I cannot wait to get this figure. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be like the Spider-Man figure, right? I hope it is. The head looks a little on the small side in this pic right over here, but overall, you know, I've seen it in person. It looks amazing, man. I can't wait to get it. And he showed the ab crunch comparison with the Pizza Spidey, which was great to see. And then we're also getting the Peter Parker figure, which we knew that we were going to get. That looks awesome. And then we're getting the Gwen Stacy figure slash MJ figure. That looks great too. I really like that we're getting this. I'm very happy to see that. I'm going to keep this as a Gwen Stacy figure. They gave a nod to the Toy Biz Green Goblin figure when they're talking about this one right over here. So I think that is really awesome, especially that we're getting a Norman Osborn head sculpt to go along with it. My only thing is those Studio 54 eyes right there. If you know what I'm saying, you know, taking the pearly white slopes and having a good time kind of eyes, right? So that kind of tripped me out a little bit, but hey, a cool looking figure. I liked how it looked back in the day when it first came out from Hasbro. They've repainted it over here and gave us a new head sculpt, so if you missed out on it the first time, I can get this version. And finally, we have a Hasbro Classic Electro. Yeah, I'm so happy to finally get this, so that is super cool. I wish that they went with the blue electric effects for the hands, you know, just because it could stand out a little bit more against the yellow fingertips that it already has, but hey, you know, as long as it's very translucent and bright and looks different from the yellow from the fingertips, that's cool with me. So I'm super excited about the new Daredevil figure. We get the armored 90s Daredevil figure, which they said is going to be on a brand new buck, and that the red will be very shiny and metallic. So I'm really excited about that. I liked this design back in the day, especially remember reading comics of Spidey and Daredevil teaming up when he had this suit, and then you're going to be able to switch the batons around so you can be holding the batons, or he could have them sheaved along the forearm right there. So that's really sweet. So you can pick up this whole wave and pre-order it right now at BBTS. So check that out. If there isn't a functioning link for it at this very moment right now, it will be there soon. So check the link in the description below. You can pre-order this now. And then we had this whole fun thing with Ryan opening up some trading cards from the Amazing Spider-Man series right here. He showed off Sandstorm, which nobody knew about, and I jokingly said that that was like the coolest character of all time. How could you guys not know? But I didn't know who Sandstorm was either, to be honest. And yeah, that was a lot of fun seeing him opening up these packs right over here. I love the trading cards. Then he showed off Uncle Ben, and I was thinking, oh, how cool would it be to get a bloody Uncle Ben figure? No? Does anybody want that? No? Aw, am I the only one who wants a bloody Uncle Ben? It's so morbid. They're never going to make that, but still would be hella funny if we got one. And then there's a whole Q&A portion right over here, which I thought was really cool. So they answered a bunch of questions, basically asking with movies being pushed back due to the COVID-19, will you push back the figures as well? And they said no. There's a fall movie coming out this year, but it's been pushed to 2021 from Marvel. And then there's a Venom Wave 2 or Venom 2 movie wave, and that will still be coming out. And then someone else asked, since there's being Build-A-Figure sized characters coming out all by themselves, you know, aka that Age of Apocalypse figure, does that mean no more BAFs? And they said, no, don't worry about it. This is just another way of releasing larger figures. The Build-A-Figures are still here to stay. Then someone asked, are we getting a new anniversary line after the 80 years and the first 10 years line? They said yes. Are we going to get more retro 6-inch figures or more than one wave a year? They gave an explanation that since they're releasing single vintage figures out, it all adds up to about 2 waves a year, so they'll continue doing that. And then they revealed that there will be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse figures coming out, so that's very exciting. I look forward to that. And then someone asked if there's going to be a House of X Power of 10 crossover, and they said yes, they want to release figures like that, so that's very cool. And then someone asked about team box sets. They said yes to that. And then someone asked, will they release 2020 SDCC figures this year? Will those still come out? And they hinted that there will be 2 SDCC Legends figures coming out, both of them X-Men based, one based on X-Men movies and the other based on comics. So I'm very excited about that. And then they talked about the largest Legends gear role play item will be coming out. It'll be huge. A lot of people are speculating Stormbreaker. That makes a lot of sense. And then the big reveal at the very end of this live stream, White busted out a Sentinel Leg. That is by far the largest Sentinel Leg in action figure form that I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. Now that leg is not really far behind the Jubilee and Wolverine figures. No, it is really close. I saw it in the video. He just pulled it out there and just blam. That is a monstrous freaking leg. I believe that's going to be the whole Pulse thing where it's gonna, you know, you're gonna have to, the whole, what do you call it, the crowdfunding figure, I bet. That's what I'm thinking. They announced that they're gonna have the biggest Build-A-Figure that we've ever seen released in 2020. So that's probably it right over there. They said it's gonna be bigger than Fin Fang Foom, bigger than anything we've ever seen. So I have a feeling that that's going to be the crowdfunding figure at the same time. I don't really know. I don't know if it's going to come with individual figures because he said build a figure. So I don't know if the leg is going to come with another figure or not, or if it's just going to be the Sentinel itself. I don't know, but we will find out. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this thing. A monstrous Sentinel. How many are you gonna get? Are you gonna get 3? Oh, I would love to have 3, man. You gotta have 3 Sentinels, right? That thing is going to be huge. Probably 3 feet tall. I don't even know, but it looks perfectly in scale to 6-inch Marvel Legends to me. Seeing it next to the Jubilee and Wolverine right there, I am stoked, man. I cannot believe that they're doing this. This is gonna be so cool. So how much would you pay for that? Someone was saying 200. I was like, wow, I don't think it's gonna be 200 bucks. I think it's gonna be like 500 bucks, just knowing how much large figures cost these days and everything, but we'll see. Hopefully it is cheaper than more expensive, but realistically I'm thinking 500. But let me know what you guys think. You can pre-order these figures over at Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. I hope you guys liked this update video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell, and stay tuned on the channel. I'll have another video coming up later today on another Elite Collector Supplies case, which is a lot of fun, and I was able to put a lot of Marvel Legends in there, so check that out. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace! Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.